Alex Valle. Tell us a little bit about what the news was today.
All right, so Capcom just unveiled the Capcom Pro Tour 2014, which is an amazing qualifier event leading up to the Capcom Cup in December. It's pretty fantastic news going on.
Dun, 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 dun. The Capcom Pro Tour.
Now, the FGC is not as familiar with the league system that maybe other esports are familiar with. Can you kind of break it down for us in the FGC?
Sure. So they've announced that there are premier events on their roster of events, and these premier events give you automatic qualification to their big Capcom Cup event, which if you guys watched it last year, they had some events that had premier spots for them, but now they're doing it year long. So it's pretty exciting stuff because it gives the grassroots tournament organizers an opportunity to grow their events and have an official qualifier to a publisher-backed event that's worldwide. So a lot of events are in America, but these are the biggest fighting game events there are, such as there's Final Round, which is on there. There's NorCal Regionals. There's CEO, the Fall Classic, and then I think in Asia there's Singapore, Southeast Majors, and then there's some other events that they're yet to announce that are going to be premier events to this. Of course, EVO's on there too, even though EVO's the biggest event in the world. But hey, why not give the champion of EVO should deserve a spot there anyways. So it's awesome that Capcom is working with not just the biggest events, but events that they feel that would suit fit for their series.
Now, it seems like a lot of people have been wanting Capcom to get on this train for a while. In your, in your knowledge, what do you think took so damn long?
Oh, I mean, they're trying to structure, bring some kind of a standard, because it's really tricky. Usually, a publisher, or like you say in the esports sense, they're backed by a huge company, like say Intel, Razer or something, right? They put their budget into marketing versus all these crazy esports productions, right? And we don't really have anything like that in the fighting game community, and it usually is backed by just the tournament organizers themselves. Publishers, support a little prize fair, stuff like that. But the publishers are the ones that are supposed to kickstart everything. And as you can see, Riot, they bring League of Legends, these huge stadiums and stuff like that. So Capcom has been working really hard since, I guess, for the past few years, getting Capcom Cup underway and seeing what things work with the community, so it doesn't look like they're trying their best not to step on toes. I can see that, because we've been contacted for SCR, and even though we're not on one of their premier events, we have been offered to be part of their ranking point system. It's just, being transparent here, their announcement was really close to our end production. We were already done producing everything we could possibly do with SCR. And then shortly before that, though, they came to us with this opportunity, and we're we just missed the boat on it. But hey, you know what? If there's another way to be on it, we would love to be a part of it. And they presented us, hey, yeah, the ranking points, great, that works out. At least our players get something out of that. So going back to that, what people got to understand is the publisher is the main part, as putting everything together. It takes time, and they want to make sure that it's done right.
Now, I think I already heard some people on Twitter saying, hey, that's not fair that you're getting points retroactively. What's your gut opinion on that?
Oh, well, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but SCR has brought international players. We filled a 256-man bracket. It sold out, capped, 2.5 weeks before the event started. That's a first for us. The viewership was there. So, I mean, to have 47,000 people watching it at one time, it broke records for people watching it. So I think, with all due respect for every other event, I would, even if I didn't run SCR, I would, I would see giving them a chance. The players like K-Brad, he beat the EVO champion, the former EVO champion. He beat And he won Wednesday Night Fights, which also had WoW and Michael Tan in there. So we had beasts in there. So, I mean, give them their respect. Give them what's due.
Alex, are we esports now?
We've been esports a long time ago, man. It's funny how now people are kind of accepting it and whatnot, or seeing how it really is. It's just think of standards, structure, you know, professionalism, range. You know, it's coming. There's a lot of good things coming out of it. It's just the processes look kind of weird, you know, with all the commercials, and it didn't look like our culture being in there because it was new. You know, if you bring a fighting game into the esports world, they're gonna bring it into their world. They're not gonna like start it from like, you know, hey yo and this jazz, and you know, there's like you don't reach new audiences that way. You know, it has to be transitioned in a way where it's accepted worldwide, not just for a niche crowd.
So we are in a transition right now, you would say, for the FGC?
Oh yeah, we're a big time transition, especially now. It's now, you know, the ball is in our court. You know, the publishers are like, hey, here's all these fantastic events that we want to be a part of, to be invited to our grand finale. I mean, how are you going to show us that you truly support our brand, our games, the players, how you respect one another, how you showcase their talents, you know, in a positive light? How are you going to do this to contribute to the end goal?
Now, as you might be able to tell, we're in an airport. Where are we, and what have you been doing here the last couple days?
We are in the Austin International, and I mean, the end days at South by Southwest, at least for Interactive. We Level Up partnered up with Evil Geniuses to do the video production for the Monster Invitational Dota 2 Championships. That went really well. Great finale between Team EG and Cloud9. I mean, I seriously, like, doing these events, getting to respect to see how those events are run. You know, they're much longer, they're team-based. It's very strategic. You know, it's crazy. But everybody had a great time, and it's also like great opportunity for them doing it at a trade show, is because it's bringing in people that would never know our scenes, gaming exists. So shout out to them, and awesome opportunity down here.
Now, a lot of people know you in the Level Up streaming outfit for streaming weeklies and tournaments, of course. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what Level Up is now capable of doing? And we were talking briefly on the gaming floor. You told me you guys can do everything from a laptop to these huge production events. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we took our passion from the garage of streaming, you know, casual matches, and then we just got curious to see where the tech goes with this stuff. And we got better at holding events, and we've done everything that we can do to like bring the fighting game community in a positive light, bringing professionalism on the table, telling stories, doing weekly shows and big events leading up to SCR. So what's the next step? Can we do anything else? Of course, as a company, we've grown with the technology, not just to do fighting game events, but we've done esports events too. Dota 2 just recently now. We've teamed up with many, like, we team up with a lot of network, I say this, not just gaming, but we've done like weddings too. But we've done seminars. We've done a TED Talks, if you guys are familiar with that. Yeah, we've done seminars. The technology is there. Streaming is today, you know, and the future, because it's on demand. People want to watch it now versus like TV. It's kind of like, that's old kind of technology, because now you have to wait for the show when it comes on. But people want to see what's going on today, and we're trying to give it to them.
Now, back to this Twitch Capcom event. You were tweeting earlier, and I'm paraphrasing here, but basically the FGC needs to step their game up as far as the way in which they present themselves now. There might be a little more viewership and scrutiny. Why don't you tell us what your message maybe is for the FGC as a result of this announcement?
Yeah, so the FGC now has to understand, with with all these great news, all this responsibility now, you know, with like all eyes are on us, because the publisher, just like, again, the ball is in our court. Everybody can stream, and they will stream Street Fighter 4. So with that is saturation, and we can't watch all these awesome content. So we have to pick out which are, just like TV, right? You have to pick the best shows. Picking out the best show has the best storytelling, you know, it has, you want to wow the crowd with like motion graphics, licensed music, great players to play, a schedule, a format, something to give the community to look forward to, not just whenever you think you're going to be on, but give them a schedule of how you're going to, what's your plan? You know, who are you, why you are important, and why is this scene important? You got to tell us why, or tell somebody that's going to turn on your show that one time. Give them a reason why to watch your show more than 10 seconds. That's what we're looking at.